I'm really, really excited about how well we played tonight. I thought that was, another phenomenal back-to-back here now efforts. Starting with our defense, I thought our defense to start the game was really good. They had it something working for them there. After we got the great start, where they kept doing the same play 4 times, and we got burned on a little bit, but we finally figured that out. I thought that Reggie Perry was absolutely unbelievable tonight. When you look at his stat line, 9 for 13, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 turnovers. Excellent defense. I mean, he was just in a class by himself out there. I thought that Nick had a phenomenal game again. We had 21 assists on 37 made baskets. 8 by Nick, 7 in the first half when we had the 11-point lead. Reggie has 6 assists, so using the complete game. I thought that Abdul's 4 blocks, and Tyson Carter. Tyson is just playing phenomenally now, and so excited for him because he's worked so hard. It's really fun, and it's big to have him as our point guard. I should have done that way sooner when Nick's not in the game, because it turns Iverson to focus on getting out and scoring and being aggressive, looking to score instead of trying to run the offense. And, again, another coaching mistake that fortunately we figured out here this last week. Robert got in foul trouble in the first half. I didn't want to play him and pick up his third with 7.5 to go. And I thought he had a big second half for us and really played well. And you can just see how together our guys are right now. Both, and how they're playing and how they're supporting one another. It's just really fun to be a part of. Outboard them by 18. That's obviously, who we are. We got to continue to be that physical team. And the first half, Reggie got the ball 6 times in the post, and we scored every time. So obviously, it'd be a good idea to keep playing through him in the post. Questions?
Again, Jared's got the microphone. We'll start with Paul over there, and then we'll get to Steve on the front row.
You mentioned earlier this week you were going to use multiple guys, Garden Edwards, and it seemed like Nick and DJ got the bulk of that. Just talk about the job that they did. And
yeah, I thought DJ, especially in the first half, was just phenomenal defensively. I mean, Edwards is an incredible talent. He's 1 for 6 in the first half. We knew he'd come out and be much more aggressive in the second half, and he ends up getting 19. But he's 5 for 16 from the field. He got to the foul line, which was huge for him. But again, he averages 16 shots a game. So if you can hold him to under 33%, you're doing a great job.
Coach, as you documented yourself, Tyson had been struggling shooting. Now he's coming off the bench. He seems like he's a different player. What do you attest that to?
I just think, changing it up, making it a change. And he's very comfortable because he's done it. In his career, and it's not affecting his minutes. It's just a change in how we start the game. I mean, you look at his minutes. His minutes are still way up there, and that's where it will continue to be.
Last game, you shot over 60% inside of 3. This game, over 70% inside of 3. What is making your post offense so effective these past couple of games?
Good players, good spacing. Keep being patient. Not always being on defense, but being patient with our offense when it's, not something there. And we had some transition baskets in the first half that were great. Really some good looks and nice passing and great finishes. So that got us up to the great start, and we want to continue to do that. And I thought we did a great job today as a young team playing and understanding time and score, and being very intelligent, understanding flow of the game and when to push it, when not to. I think that was huge for us tonight. And they're a difficult team to play against. This is a talent. They just beat Memphis on the road, I think, a week ago today. It's 2 weeks ago today. They just crushed Tennessee. They're good. They're a very good team. And what's hard is they're switching everything, and you don't see that all the time. You don't see everything switched. They're switching the 5'10" point guard onto your 5 sometimes. And so you've got to be able to slow up and make, I think Reggie got the ball early in one of the first 2 possessions just on a situation like that. So that's what helps when you're switching and you have a chance to get mismatches in there. with a guy as powerful as Reggie is at 6'10", 247, who
We'll go-
can pass.
We'll go to Garrick front right.
When Nick has a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio and 8 assists and is distributing it as well as he is tonight, how difficult is your offense to stop?
That's going to be good for us moving forward. And I think that Nick is really growing right before our eyes in terms of now being a full-time point guard for the first time in his college career. He's doing a great job. He's really working hard at it, and he watches all the film. He really studies it. He's really working at it, and that's big. As your quarterback, your quarterback's, a key guy. And not only that, he's watching our opponents. I mean, he watches a ton of film, which, really, is what, great players do. I mean, all the great ones are watching film all the time in any sport, and they're watching it in baseball, football, basketball, whatever it is.
Middle second row and Joel.
I know you believe in your guys, but how impressed, maybe even surprised, are you with how well your guys have responded this week, given
I'm not
the first 3
surprised.
games?
I'm excited. We're playing how we're capable of playing right now. And I think we can continue to improve and get better. And that's always the key, is continuing to get better and grow and become better in your execution at both ends of the floor. And so I'm really, excited for our guys. And, they should feel good about themselves. And my main thing is, we have a 6 o'clock game on a Wednesday night. We got to have this place packed as we can be for a great Arkansas team coming in here who is really, really good and very high ranked in the net. I mean, they're an NCAA tournament team, no doubt. It's a difficult team to play because you're playing against 5 guards a lot of the time. So this will be a real challenge for us, this prep coming up, but we're looking forward to it.
We'll go front row right to Jalen.
Coach, you guys were hedging the screens mostly this game, and earlier they got a couple of quick buckets with Hammonds. What defensive adjustment did you make early?
They really hurt us on a play that we had gone over multiple times where we got caught on the drive. They were going right down the middle to his left hand, and they found something, and like any good team, any good coach, he kept running it again and again. It really hurt us. We weren't rotating down on the weak side. I thought that number 10 tried to get behind Abdul and back cut because he's so all the time seeing the ball and ready to help. I mean, so we have to rotate behind him. And we failed to do that down in Baton Rouge a couple of times. So it's something we got to get better at.
We'll go ahead and get it to Brian. Middle second row.
Is this as good a 2-game stretch as you can remember in your time here at Mississippi State?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, ask me in our next press conference, and I'll look back and tell you. But it's the best, obviously, that we've played here this year, and I think we're capable of continuing to improve and get better. That's what's exciting. I mean, you can just see our guys and their belief in one another. And the biggest thing, all good teams play for each other. These guys are really embodying that. They're playing for one another. That's what's so exciting for me is we're seeing this team grow right now. It's really, really fun.
Anything else for Coach?
Nick, career high 8 assists. Seems like getting better in the flow with point guard. What's those conversations been like between you and Coach Howland? And he's mentioned that you've gotten better at learning to be a point guard.
He told me to slow down, and I had been playing at one speed. I feel like I was playing too fast, so I try to let my guys get a feel for the game. So I just come out and try to get those guys involved and just get whatever the defense give me.
Questions for the players. Let's go ahead and get it to Garrett. Garrett front row to the right.
Nick, you guys limited what could be the future number 1 pick in the NBA draft to 5 to 16 shooting from the floor. How'd you guys tee him up tonight?
I feel like me and DJ and the other guards on our team, I feel like, especially us two, we top defenders in this conference, and I just feel like if he's gonna take tough jumpers, we'll live with those jumpers he make, but we're gonna contest at the level release, and that's what we did tonight.
Let's go ahead and get it, Brian, in the middle, second row.
Robert, you shoot 7 of 9 tonight, but some of those shots were tough. You had a couple of turnarounds, a couple of fadeaways, and 3-pointers. Just tonight, were you just feeling that your shot was there for you?
First, I would like to thank God for this opportunity. But with the shooting, it's just all about confidence. It's not how I feel on a certain night. You know, just if you're open, you should shoot it. You should shoot it. That's what coach tells everybody. So it's just a matter of getting it up with the correct and proper form, and just knowing it'll go in. Trusting myself.
Just go ahead and get it, Steve, front row, middle. Got time for a couple more for the players before we get Coach Crean in here.
Reggie, it seemed like your mid-range game was working for you tonight, and you kind of pulled up and hit a few jumpers. Was it something they were doing defensively, or was it just you kind of feeling it?
Really, what happened was they were switching, so I ended up having a guard on me, so they wanted to play back a little bit. So I just hit them with a little mid-range jumper.
Reggie, you guys beat them up on the boards pretty good, 40-22 as a team. How important was that to kind of, get you guys going on both ends of the floor?
Say that again.
You guys out-rebounded them 40-22. How important was that on both ends of the floor?
Oh, that's really important. That's where we struggle at a little bit. So we just wanted to make, like, these last couple games, we just wanted to make an emphasis, like, becoming a better rebounding team defensively and offensively. So defensively, we can start on the break.
Nick, you start off 0-3 in the conference now. You've won back-to-back games by pretty big margins. Confidence-wise, how is this team? Do you feel like you've just shaken off that slow start?
Yeah, we still getting better. Like we still feel like we haven't played our best basketball yet. So we still trying to get better right now. So we still just getting better right now.
Again, questions for the players. Let's go ahead and get it back to Paul.
Reggie, that's, I think, 4 of your last 6 games you scored 20 or more. I mean, is it more about what the defense is giving you, or your teammates finding you and getting you in good position, or what's that groove been about lately?
It's definitely about my teammates finding me and believing in me and trusting me to finish plays off and stuff like that, and also Coach Howland putting me in good positions to do that. But it's all about winning, not the 20 ball.
Anything else for the players?